guys, I'm Annabelle, and welcome to Meeple Village. Today we're going to be doing a full run-through of Space Mix. So join me at the table, and let's play it. Alright, so in this game we're trying to get to 40 points. The first player that gets to 40 points is the winner. I've got the game almost ready to go. Let me show you what setup is all about. So first, these are our player boards, and on our player boards we're going to have these ships. Each one is going to go in a specific slot. So this one goes in slot number 1, slot number 2, 3, and all the way to 12. And both players start with the same setup. Also, we have our resources, and we got these cubes to mark them. So the first resource, the yellow one, is money. So all these cards are going to give us money. We start with $5, gold, whatever the money is called. And then the next resource, which is this green one, is a passive income, which we'll understand a little later. And then the last one is the points, and that's what we're here to get. Now, we don't start with anything that gives us points, but if you look at the market, you'll see that there are a few cards that allow us to get points as the game progresses. And same thing goes for this guy. He starts with $5 and 0 passive income and 0 points. Now let's take a look at the market real quick. We got these cards that are going to be present in every single game, and they're also going from 1 to 3 all the way to 12. They go in different slots, and these cards just give you points, straight up points. The minute you buy them, that's when you get the points. But then they lock you up, which you're going to understand as we play the game. And then we have the regular markets, kind of like Splendor type, level 1, level 2, and level 3s. And really what it means is these are cheaper, and then they get a little bit more expensive as we go up. And these were randomized. And we have 6 available at the beginning of, throughout the game. Alright, we need to determine who's the starting player, and to do that, what we do is we give each player a level 1 ship that they get for free, and you always, usually, this will be done simultaneously. Each player will be dealing with their own player board. Because I'm here alone, I'm going to do it little by little, slowly, so you guys can kind of get a sense of what is happening in the game for both players. So let's check out what he got. He is got a this ship, and there's a little bit of information here. First of all, it cost him $4, so he has to pay that. We'll go ahead and deduct the money in a moment. This particular ship goes in slot number 7. Now, a common mistake in this game, so I'm making you guys aware, is that you look at 4 and you put it on slot 4. That's how much money you had to pay to get this card. This is the slot number, so it goes to slot number 7. And then this one has a special power. It has $1 and it has one of these special things. So let me show you. In the back of the book, there's a nice reference for all of those special powers. And the one we're looking at is right here, single arrow. So it says the reward of an arrow means you may gain the reward that is 1 sector to the side in the direction of the arrow. So that means that we'll get $1 and we get whatever is next to this card on our board. So we come over to our board and we look for slot number 7, which is here. And what we do is we place a newly acquired card on that spot. And then the old card, what we do is we flip it over and we slide it underneath. And so now, on this guy's turn, if conditions are met and he gets this reward, he'll get $1 and he'll also get $3 because this card has that ability that lets him acquire what's next to him. So right now, slot number 7 seems very appealing. He's getting $4 every time he gets to acquire that. And you'll understand that in a minute. Let me just finish setup. So let's take a look at what, he had to pay $4 for that. So he's going to do $1. And then for red players, because these are red ships, these ones are yellow. So just to keep track of who's doing what. So for the red player, let's see what he got. So he got a card that costs $3 and it goes on slot number 3. So at least there will be no confusion there. And then this one straight out gives him $2 when he acquires this benefit. So again, we go to the player board and this is 3. So we put the new acquired card and we turn this one upside down and we slip it in the slot above it. Okay, then he had to pay $3, so 1, 2, 3. So now we determine who's first player. So whoever got to put a ship in the highest numbered slot is going to be first player. So because he put it on the 7 as opposed to the 3, he is going to be our first player. Now, There are a couple of things that if you're playing with more players, more important happen. A first player gets no benefits, but the other players do get a benefit. So down here it will tell you what benefits they get. So second player gains $1, and third player, if there's any, gains $1. Fourth player will gain a passive income, and so with this fifth player. So it's 2 to 5 players in this game. So because of that, red player gets another $1, putting him at 3. So now let's talk quickly about how the game goes. So on our turn, because we're going to start, first player is going to go first. The yellow player, in this case, our first player, is going to roll 2 6-sided dice. And during his turn, he's going to get whatever number he rolls, he's going to get the benefits on the blue that you see right here in the middle of his board. The other player, who's not the active player, is going to get benefits of the cards that are here on top. So he would get benefits if a 3 was rolled. So you're understanding as we go. We're going to start. Yellow player is going to go first, and he's going to roll. Okay, and you got a 5 and a 4. Great, because that would show. Let me show you how this is done. So since he's the active player, let's go ahead and take care of him first. So obviously 5 plus 4, 9. That's a 9. So if you wanted to use this as a 9, you would get the blue benefit. Blue on your turn, red benefits on some other person's turn, and then green benefits apply to any turn, your turn or an opponent's turn. For now, he could get a passive income of 1, or he can also split the dice and use this as a 5 and this as a 4 and make $2 out of that, which will put him at 3 and will land on a card. But I think he's going to go ahead and use it as passive income, so he's going to advance. And what is the passive income? Well, there's no better time to explain it than now, right? Let's say that he had more money, because he doesn't. But let's say that he had, I don't know, $7, and he acquires a card that costs 4. At the end of his turn, he goes down to 0, no matter how much the card cost him, no matter, he doesn't get any change. So he paid a 7 for a card that only costs 4. But right at the end of his turn, this money button cube goes up to whatever the green is. So he would be having an extra $1. He wouldn't lose that $1 because of his passive income. So that's when he's decided to use that so he can acquire more money throughout the game. But with $1, he cannot afford any cards. So he's done. Then he gets to go, and he can again use this as a 9, but there's nothing here that he can use, or he can use it as a 5 and a 4, but again, there's nothing here. He didn't roll a 3, so that's what that is. All right, and with that, we are done. He didn't get to buy a card because he only has $1, so we're going to go to the red player who's going to roll the dice. Well, with the same result. However, now he's looking at the blue instead of the red, so he can get something. So again, he can get a 1 passive income, or he has the same choices, or $2. He's also going to get a passive income, and now he has $3, so he can actually acquire a card of his choosing, obviously, that he can afford. So with only $3, he will be able to afford these cards, because that's a $4 card and a $5 card. So let's see. So what I wanted to do is I found out, there are 2 possible ways that you can go about buying ships. You can focus on a couple of numbers and just a couple of numbers, and when you hit those numbers, when somebody hits those numbers, like we really get a lot of benefits. But you can also spread your ships and make sure that there's a ship under every number, so no matter what is rolled, you get a benefit. So what I was going to do is I was going to split the characters into the players in 2, and have the yellow player spread out his ships, while the red player is going to try to focus on just a few numbers. So with that in mind, he says there are 2 5 cards, so he's going to, let's see, he has $3, so he'll get the one that costs 3, because who knows how much money he'll have next turn. He has to pay, so of course he'll go to 0, but then at the end of his turn he'll go up to the red. And this one goes on slot number 5, so we'll take 5 out, we'll turn it upside down, and we'll slide it in. And then we refill the market. It's a 1 slot card, and that's it. So you see that turns go by real quick. There's not a lot going on, and also there's no downtime in this game, because even if it's not your turn, you're doing things on your turn. You're getting benefits out of the cards that you've purchased. By the way, we need to make sure that red gets the benefits if he's able to during yellow. So the guy on our left gets a benefit during the red player's turn. Because I did all of that for him, but I haven't checked if he got a benefit. So there's there's nothing on 9, there's nothing on 5, and there's nothing on 4. So no, he does not get a benefit this time. So let's roll for him. And it's a 6 and a 4. I feel like in this game, and I try to, whenever I play with other people, I try to tell them, please, when you roll, call out the numbers so that I don't have to be looking at the dice, looking at my board. If you call out the numbers, it's easier for me to go check quickly, 6 and 4, what do I get? But of course, some people don't. But that's ideal, and that's why I'm so used to doing that, that even now that I'm the only one here, I'm still calling out what dice I roll. But let's take a look at the yellow player's board. He's got a 6 and a 4, which is 10, which will give him another passive income, or he can split it and go 6 and 4, which is $2. He'll continue with the passive income and still buy no cards. And then for him, he doesn't have anything on 6, he doesn't have anything on 4, and he doesn't have anything on 10, so nothing. So he's going to roll. Okay, so those are just double ones. If you look at the other side, there's a 6. So they just made them pretty, but it has no effect on the game that you roll those markets. They're just ones. In the black, we have doubles because I can show you what to do with doubles. So doubles are interesting. You can use them as usual together, the sum of the dice, for a 2 and you get $1. Or you can use them for like cash in 1 and get $1, and then cash in the other one and get another $1. So if he split them up and uses them as 2 ones, he's getting $2, which is better than putting them together and just getting $1. So now he's got $3, and with $3, what can we buy? He wants to double down to 5, and he can. So he will. He's going to double down to 5, and again, he's going to go down to the green. So let's get him. This one will give him a point if he rolls a 5. Because remember, rule abilities only happen during his turn. But if our opponent rolls 5, then he would get $2. And then this guy doesn't have anything there, and he doesn't have anything there, so he gets nothing. He needs to get some money. Oh, by the way, his, I'm not sure if when he has less money than that, if it goes up. I wouldn't think so. I would think it's that just, it stops there, but let's go check. So yes, I checked, and he would go over here. In any case, now he's going to roll, because everybody's done everything, it'll be refilled. Okay, with a 6 and a 3, he can go to 9 and get another passive income, which sounds pretty good. Or 6 and 3 will give $2. Now he has $2, he can afford these cards, so I think he's going to get the passive income, because we'll go up to $3 in a second. And he'll get the one with the points, and it goes to slot number 1. So he can start getting points when a 1 is rolled, on his turn, of course. And then for this guy, he has nothing on 9, nothing on 6, but he does have something on 3, so he does get $1. So he's up to $2. And now it's his turn, we have to refill. Okay, 6 and 1. Or I forget, he would have gone up to his green passive income marker. Okay, so he's got a 6 and a 1, which is a 7, which is here, that's $3. Or he could split it and get 1 and 1, $2. So obviously he's going to leave them together and get 3. 1, 2, 3. He's up to $5, which means he can afford any of these cards. Now he likes 3s and 5s, but they're none, so he might as well go to something else. I like the points, so I think we're going to take 6. I also like this one. That's a lot of money, but that's a 10. And in this game, even the manual tells you lower numbers, 6 and below, are numbers that are going to come up more often because you can split the dice. So you have a bigger chance of hitting those low numbers. So, which means that usually, those are the cards you want to get. However, obviously the other side of the coin is that higher number cards have better abilities and more money. Offer you more, better rewards because they're harder to hit. But it's early in the game. I think he's going to go with the 6. So he's going to put it here. He's going to turn this one upside down and slide it, and we'll refill. And then we have to figure out what our other player, the yellow player, is going to do. So 6 and 7, he does have something there. 6 and 1, 7, or 6 and 1, so he gets $1 here or $2, and we bet he's going to go for the $2. And then at the end of his turn, our friend here goes down to the green, and now he's going to roll. Okay, 6 and 3. So 6 and 3 is 9, which we've seen before, or he can get $2, so he'll get another passive income, and he's up to $5. He wants to spread out the love, so is there anything low? He already has something on the ones, he doesn't want that. The lowest one would be a 5, he doesn't have anything on the 5, so I think he's gonna take that. Can he afford it? Yes, he can. It's $4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Of course, he goes down to 0, but then comes all the way back to 4. We'll refill, and this goes on slot 5. So he is going to be getting $1 more when he rolls that. Very good. And then for him, doesn't have anything on 7, but he does have stuff on 6. He doesn't have anything on 1, so he'll get $1. And now it's his turn. Alright, 5 and 2 is 7, he can get $3, or he can get 5 and 2, a point and $1. You know what? I'll never say no to points, so he'll do that, and he has $3. With $3, he can afford these cards, and nothing to double down what he's already got. So he'll get, he really liked this one with the passive income. What would we be tossing away? Just the passive income. So yeah, that's a big improvement. So we'll go down to our green, put this one on the 10. Of course, rolling a 10, you've seen that it's happened. I believe it has happened. But we'll see how that goes. Because I like that he gets 2 rewards. You don't often see that. And then we'll refill. And I know that there's these weird cards that I haven't told you about. I will do that. Alright, but before we all do all that, let's go check. He's got 5 and 2, 7, which is $2, or 5 and 2, which is $1, so we'll get the $2, and it's his turn. I mean, I'm sure we'll buy some of these things, and again, everything is in the back of the book. But these special ones, these I kind of want to talk about them because they act a little bit differently. So let's go to the back of the book with one of these. So in order to use these cards, you have to charge them, and you use these white cubes that I have right here to do that. So you would put a charge here. In order to charge it, it's color blue, which means you can only charge it during your turn. So whenever you hit a 6, whether it's by splitting the dice or by using lower numbers that sum up to 6, and you charge it up. And then the ability itself is green, which means you can use it during your turn, or you can use it during an opponent's turn. And what it does is, it's right here. If there are 2 arrows pointing to the left or right, then you choose whether to gain the reward for the card 1 or 2 sectors to the left or right. You must use the sum of the dice. So you have to sum up your dice, but then you can take off the cube that you use to charge it, and you can use it. Let's say you rolled, 5 and 4, which is 9. You can go to sector 9, pull this cube out at any time because there's a green ability, and use 1 next to sector 9, so you can use the ability or benefits of sector 10. And you can do that on your turn or on an opponent's turn. So you can use it for the blue abilities or for the red abilities. So I'm sure that I will purchase one of these and we'll get to use it. But just in case, I wanted to show you. And there's a bunch of others. Hopefully they'll come up during the game. But if not, again, they're very well explained over here. All right, let's roll for the yellow player. 5 and a 1. So that's a 6, which is only $1. I'm looking that great, but 5 and 1 is $2 and a point. So he'll take that. And now he's up to 8, which means that he can afford, let's see, he can afford this cards right here. And yeah, all these cards, not the 9. So let's see, he wants to go for low numbers if possible and numbers when he doesn't have anything. That will give him $3 on spot number 2, which is the lowest. That will give him $3 on spot number 4. He'll take spot number 2 and see how that goes. It's $7, so he will go down to 1, but he'll always go down to 0, but then he'll come up back to 4 at the end of his turn. And for spot number 2, his reward just got a lot better. And also he's got something in case a 2 is rolled during the opponent's turn. And then for our friend over here, he likes his 5. It's paying off, so he gets $2. And then he rolls. And let's refill number 2. Okay. The highest double in the game. So for 12, he can get passive income, or he can trigger 6 twice, which would be 2 points. I think he'll go for that, because points are points, and we're racing towards getting the most points. Let's see, he has $3, so he can, hold on, didn't he just buy something? No, he got income, yeah, okay, I'm gonna just write, I think. Okay, so he's got $3. $3 will give him these two cards, 1 and 7. I guess we'll take the 1, although the 7 again has a better reward. There's a 5, but he doesn't have enough money for that because he likes his 5s. Okay, so we'll put it on the 1, and we'll do it like that. And we'll go down. My strategy is not paying off because I'm on the right. Also, by the way, just so you know, you can save your money. And if you, let's say you're here and you don't buy a card, your money doesn't go down to 0. It stays wherever it is. It's the only way you can save money to buy bigger, better cards. But I actually feel like the small cards sometimes are better. Like they have more points. Of course, there's this one for $9 that looks really, really good and interesting. All right, let's do this guy. He doesn't have anything on the 6, so we can't do that, and he doesn't have anything on the 12, so nothing for him. All right. Yellow player rolls 4 and 2. 4 and 2 is 6, which is $1, or he could do 4 and 2. He got 3. He has $4. 1, 2, 3, 4. He made it to 8. Almost able to buy that powerful one with lots of points. But for 8, he can get all the other ones. So, you know what? I think we're going to buy, does he have something on 8? He does not. I'm going to buy that one just so that I can show you what it does. Refill, and let me show it to you up close. So this one is right here. It says station active. So first you gotta charge it, of course, but once you do, on your turn, because it's a blue card, you may only use this ability on your turn after rolling your dice, allocating the dice, and claiming your rewards. When you activate this ability and resolve its effect, gain whatever blue rewards you gain this turn for one sector a second time. So you get double the rewards once you've charged it up, and then you can remove a charge to double your rewards of a blue ability, blue reward card, and then you can charge it again and continue to use it throughout the game as long as you have this card, you know, not over there. And then when you turn it, look like it's going to do the same thing but on red. So and it's right here. You may only use this ability on an opponent's turn, and when you activate this ability, gain whatever rewards you gain this turn for one sector a second time. So okay, not bad. Let's put it on sector 8. Sector 8 was pretty good, but you know, I'm not super unhappy because even if I hit a 7, I can charge this one and then use it to double my rewards of, right now there's not much going on, but hopefully later we'll have many cards that we can use the reward on. Alright, so 4 and 2 is a 6. We'll get him a $1, and 4 and 2 will give him nothing. So he'll get $1 and then he'll roll for his turn. And he got a 3 and a 1. 3 and a 1 would be $1 if used as a 4, or much better, $4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and now he's got $6, which, let's see, there is that card that's a 5 that he likes because he wants to double down on that. There's also a 3 to double down on that. There are no 1s. And they both cost 4, or he can hold on for that big one. But he likes to, you know, the plan is for him to accumulate a bunch of cards. So let's see, they're the same. So I think we're going to go for the 5 since he's got, you know, more stuff there. And we'll refill this. Oh no, but that will lose him his points, so never mind. He'll go for the 3. Yeah, because I don't mind losing the $2, but losing the point, I don't know. I like having the point. And unfortunately, when we turn it upside down, it won't give him a point anymore. It'll give him $1, which is not bad, but rather have the point. And then this one, it's another one that you have to charge. And like we said, you have to use the sum of your dice. And either on my turn or on the opponent's turn, I can remove the cube to charge to move one on that side. Which right now doesn't seem like a lot on the red side, at least, because if I had something here, and I can use that. If I had something here, I can use that. Or something here, and I can use that. So that's something that, again, you want to look at what cards you have and how you can play around. And if I was playing by myself, it'd be easier. But you know, when you play by yourself, you can keep better track of what your board looks like and how you need to manipulate it. All right, 3 and 1. 3 and 1 is 4, nothing. 3 and 1, that's $1. Did you not buy a card? You did. You should be here. So there we go. It's really easy. I find that when I'm playing with my friends, it happens all the time. We forget to put back the money. So remember to put back money. And by the way, I did not do that for the other player either. So he needs to go back to 1 because he bought a card. All right, so yellow player is rolling. All right, here on the 9, which is passive income, he likes those, or 5 and 4, which will give him $3. So take the passive income, and he'll buy for 5. Well, maybe he should get the one he wants, but it's okay. I think he still has a lot of slots to fill out. For $5, he can get any of these. He needs to fill out the 3 and the 4. There's a 4. You know that he can start charging that up as well. Sure, let's do that. And another one with points, like that. And of course, he will go down to 0, but he can come back up. So this one goes on. Oh, he already has something. Oh no, on 4. Okay. See, I made that mistake that I'm telling you about. I looked at the money, although this one has the same money, and I don't know what I was doing. All right. And for this guy, well, he likes his 5. You know he does. He can also do 9. He has nothing on 9, so he gets $2. Okay. And now he's gonna roll 4 and 2. 4 and 2 will be 6, which is a point. He likes that, but he could also do $2. Now, he'll do the point. He's all about the points. And he's got $3, so he can afford those 2. He'll take the one with the points, of course, and also it's a 3. He likes that. So he'll go back down. He'll take this one out. Never charged it, but that's okay. Now he's getting points, and he can charge it on this side. And by the way, if he had a cube here already, the cube gets transferred to that. So you don't actually lose the cube, which is kind of cool. Okay, so the cube from here will go up here, and here he needs to fill out both cubes. If they're not together, all of them are together here. Hopefully we'll have some. If they're together like that, like with that little symbol in the middle, just like here, you have to fill both up. But if they're not, then you can actually charge it more than once, and then take off one cube and use the ability, take off another cube and use the ability, and then charge it later. Also to note that this one right here, you have to fill out these 2 cubes, and then this slot, you fill it out in a 2-player game and a 3-player game. You don't need to fill it out for a 4-player game or a 5-player game, and that's why it has those peeps there. All right, let's refill. I already took him down. Yes, I did. Did we do him? Probably not, because I'm doing it. So let's see, 4 and 2 is 6. No. But 4 and 2 is $2. So there he goes, and now he's gonna roll. 4 and 2. 4 and 2 again, huh? So that's 6, which will give him $1. Or 4 and 2. He likes that better. He gets 3. 1, 2, 3. And he also gets to charge. So yes, he can recharge. Now remember, in order to use the ability, he can use it during somebody else's turn, but he has to use the sum of the dice. For now, all he's doing is charging it. That's it. All right, so he's got $10, so you know he's gonna go for this one. It goes on slot number 9. So right here. But if he rolls a 9, he's gonna be really happy with 5 points. Okay, and he takes his money down. And for him, 4 and 2, that's unfortunate, but 6 he can get $1, so he'll take $1. Okay, and then he's gonna roll. 5 and 6, 11. So he could use it as an 11 for a passive income, but I think he's gonna split it into 6 and 5 because that's 2 points, and he wants to win, and that's big win. He's definitely ahead. All right, how much money he's got? He's got $2. Anything he can afford? He can afford these 2, 7 and 8, which he has nothing on. No, I can't afford that. I think he's gonna save his money. Is there something he needs? 1, 3, 5, 6. 1, 3, 5, 6. There's 3 here for $8, so maybe he'll wait. Just so that we do everything that you could actually do in the game. So he's gonna wait. He's not gonna lose his money. Of course, he would only go down 1, so it's not the end of the world. He could just get a card. This one gives him $4 if he rolls that. You know what? Yeah, I think losing $1 is not the end of the world for him. So he'll just replace that to earn 1 more money when a 7 is rolled and give him a card. Okay, and let's also replace the market and have, so we have to do it for 6 and 11. So 11, has nothing on 11, and 6 and 5 he has $1. That's all he can get. Okay, let's roll for him. Okay, so he's got a 9, which is 5 points. You know he's going to take that. I don't even think he wants to look at what else he could get. He could get 6 and 3 $2. No, he's getting 5 points. That's how we try to catch up. Okay, and then he has $6. $6, he can only afford the ones down here. He still needs something on 3 and something on 6. There's something on 6, nothing on 3. The other things he needs is 10, 11, 12. I think he'll take that one for 4 because it's only going to cost him $2, or at least, you know, he goes up to 4. Anyway, so he is getting his board filled up very nicely. And then 6 and 3 over here, let's refill, before I forget. Oh, another one with points. Let's see. 6 and 3, that sounds amazing. I don't really know. He doesn't have anything on 9. Okay, so for 6 he gets $1, and for 3 he gets $2, and then he gets to charge. So off he goes with the charging. Okay, and then he gets to go. It's 5 and 1. 5, his favorite number. 5 and 1 sounds better than 6, so it's point and $2. Point and $2, and he's up to $6. So it's 6. He was going to buy, how much was it? He wanted the 3 slot, which is $8. Does he want to wait? Or there's something here on the 5. I like my points. Look, he just got a point out of that. Is there something on the 3? No. Is there something on the 1? No. I guess he's going to wait to see if he can get this one on the 3. Okay, so he's not going to spend money. So what about him? 5 and 1 is 6. Or 5 and 1 is $2. He'll take the $2 and then he'll roll. Okay, 5 and 3, 8. We're looking over here. Oh, he can charge that. All right. Or 5 and 3. He has $7. So he can buy one of these. He needs something on 3. That's $8. He doesn't have enough if he wants to fill it up. But charging that might be handy in the future. So yeah, he's going to charge. And you know what? Eventually I didn't buy anything, so he's not going to buy anything either unless I can find something here that goes on 3, which I don't think there's any, or 10, 11, 12. So yeah, he's going to wait. Okay, and then he's gonna check his dice. Oh, the 5, nice. Okay, oh, 5 and 3, his favorite numbers. So he can charge. And now it's ready to go whenever he wants to use the sum of his dice, and then at any time he can move over 1. And he also gets $4. So did he buy a card? No, he didn't. 1, 2, 3, 4. They both waited. Okay, very good. So now it's his turn to roll. Okay, so he has, if he uses the 8, remember, if he uses the 8, because he's just in the sum, he can remove these 2 and he would get this benefit, the passive income. But $3 is not bad either, because if he uses the 4 twice, it's only 2. But he has a lot of money. Maybe he'll go for the passive income and start filling this out again. So yeah, he's gonna do it. He's gonna remove both. He used the sum. He was supposed to do 8, but he'll do 9 instead. Because yeah, with $10, he can probably, get that card he wanted, which was this one. Yes, although he's gonna lose his points, but when I turn this one around, flip it over to the upside down, he's gonna get a point. So I like that. So put that there. And his 3s and his 5 are really popping off. And we'll put this here. Okay. And his money goes all the way down, but now he's got a passive income of 2. And then 4 is $2 because he can use it twice. Or for 8 is $2. So no matter how he looks at it, he's up to 9. Let's roll for him. Another 4. So now we're looking at the other, where is it? 8? Right here. Now we're looking at this one. So he doesn't need to fill that up again. So he probably wants to split it. And he probably wants to use that if possible. So let's see. 4 and 4, oof, he's already also have that filled up, so that's a problem. Okay, so what he's gonna do is he's gonna use the sum of his dice. So he's gonna use it as an 8, but he'll remove the cube so he can use one to decide which one he picked. He picked the 8, so he's using the 9, so he's getting 5 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's bad. It's not bad. And then also he's gonna remove this cube to do it twice. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look at him. You thought he was losing, but with those 5 points over there, he's making good use of them. Okay, and he's got $9. So he still needs something for 3 and 10, 11, 12. There's a 10, 11, nothing for 3. So this one will give him 4 points when he turns around. So he'll take that one for 7. We'll refill. He will lose 7, he's a 9, but of course he's gonna go back here. And then, not that we roll an 11 often, but when we do, he's gonna get $10. That's not bad. Okay, and then he has nothing there, and actually nothing there. So he's gonna get nothing this turn. And we'll roll for him. Okay, 3 and 1. So 3 and 1 is 4, or no, yeah, 1 or 3 and 2, $5. So I think he's gonna do 3 and 2 and get the $5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, I think this is probably the best thing he can do. And then he has $5, so he can buy this. He can buy any of these. And there's one for 5, which we know he likes the 5s. It will take away his points, but or should we go for a 4? There are no 4s. You know, try to fill it up so when he moves over, there is a 2. It's got the same ability. No, let's go for the 5. We said we were gonna do what we were gonna do. We're gonna do it. So, and we're gonna see how it goes. And if it doesn't work, then you'll know it doesn't work, or maybe it didn't work this time around. Okay, so now 5 will give him $3, and there he goes. His money goes down, and for him, 3 and 1 is $1, and 4 is $1. So no matter how he looks at it, he's getting $1. Let's roll for him. 6 and 3. 6 and 3 is 9, his favorite number. He'll take the 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I didn't even look at what else. 6 will let him charge this one. 3 will let him give him $1. I think he'll take the points. All right, he has, what is it, $6? Okay, $6. Nothing on level 2, but he could get something over here. He's looking for 3, 10, 12. None. So he'll just, there's nothing here either. In that case, he'll just take the points. He has 6. With two more points, he can get that. So he'll wait. He won't spend the money right now. And then this guy, 6 and 3 is 9, which is nothing. 6 is $1, and he likes the 3. So let's do it. He's gonna charge again. And then he's got he got 1 and 3, $4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and it's his turn to roll. 4 and a 3. So that could be a 7, which is $4. That's not bad. Or 4 and 3, he can get $3 and he can charge. I think he'll take that. So he'll charge this one, and he'll get 3, 1, 2, 3, putting him at $9. With $9, he can afford these. There's nothing for the 5 or the 3, which are the ones he likes, but he also likes 1, 6, and 7. There's a 7, so he'll take the 7. Okay, so, and he's getting a little bit more money when he rolls the 7. And over there it goes. And then he goes down on his money. He fills up. There's a 1 with points, and then let's see what this player, yellow player, is going to get. 4 and 3 is 7, which is $2, or 4 and 3 is $2. So it's $2 no matter how you look at it, and then he'll roll. 4 and 2. So with the 4 and a 2, it's a 6, which he could charge that, or if he splits it, it's $2 over here and $3 over there. That sounds better. $5. He'll charge later. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now he's up to 13, so he can finally afford some of these cards. Not this one, but he doesn't have anything on, let's see. He needs 3, no, 10 and 12. And of course there's nothing there. There's a 10 here if he wants to just continue his strategy, which I guess he will. I feel like, oh, you know, I'm missing out on this stuff, which is good, but okay, we'll do that. We'll take this one and we'll put it on slot number 10, continue with his strategy of having everything filled up. And there it goes. And got his money down, let's refill. Oh, another one with points. And now let's see what he's gonna do. He's got a 4 and a 2. 4 and a 2 is nothing, or 6 is $1, so 6 it is. And he'll roll 1 and 4. Okay, 1 and 4 is 5, but he's already got that filled up. So 4 and 1 is $3. But if he uses a 5, he could take that off to get a point. But he can do that in his opponent's turn. But a point is a point. Or does he want the $3? That will give him 1, 2, 3. That'll give him $6. Is there a 4, 7, or 3 available? 4 for $7, which is exactly nope. He will only have 6. So okay, he's gonna do it. He's gonna use 4 and 1, 5. Some of his dice, but then he'll remove this so he can get a point. And he only has $3 to the name. Poor guy. With $3 and these cards. Okay. So he has something on the 1. He can double down on the 1. So sure, let's do that. Because it'll only cost him $1 because he goes up to the green at the end of his turn. Okay. And then it's his turn to, no, it's my turn to check out what he's doing. So he's got a 5, which is $1, or a 4 and a 1, which is $2. Okay, $7. Let's roll for him. Okay, doubles. 5 and 5 is 10. 10 right here, which is $9. That's not bad. Or, yeah, 2 and 2 4s. You'll take the $9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's at 16. And now that we're at 16, we're past these. We can take a look at those. So again, like I said, these, he can afford this one for 15. He would get 5 points right away. But then what happens is slot number 3 gets locked up. He cannot do anything else there. So you want to kind of do that when you know that you're about to win and you don't need your slots. So he's not going to do that now, but he'll spend $60 on one of these. Now he's still missing 3 and 12. But there's no 3 and 12. So then let's look at what else. So this one will let you swap your 1 and 12 sector cards. No, I like my one there. It's got no points, so I don't want that one. The other ones all have $4. This one has points when I flip it, which I kind of like. And then this one says place one charge anywhere and then move one of your charges to another open charge spot. But I'd have to charge this one first to be able to do that. But I do have a few of those charge places, so I guess we'll take that one. So this one goes to slot number 8. Oh, but I'm losing. Oh, it doesn't matter because I'm getting this ability on the red now. Oh, no, come here. Of course, I liked it better on the blue, to be honest. But, you know, buy more cards. Okay, so he goes all the way down to here. And then 5 and 5, his favorite number, he gets $6 out of that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and then he's gonna roll. So with 6 and 5 is 11, which will give him a passive income, or he can get a point and charge. You're not gonna want to do that. Okay, so a point and a charge, and he has $8. So with $8, you can fold these guys up here. This one with points, I mean, I know it wouldn't be part of the strategy. Oh, here's a 4, here's a 10. He's got something on 10, so we'll take the 10. So we continue with the strategy. And also he can get passive income now if his opponent rolls a 10, because this one is going up here. So it's not the end of the world, and then if he rolls a 10, he'll also be getting those 5 points like his opponent's been getting, which has been really, really good. And he has $8. He goes down to the green. To do it for him, on 11 he gets $4. On 6 and 5 he gets $2. $4. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's using it as an 11. Yeah, because he's everything here. And also he doesn't have any charges. Okay, let's roll for him. 2 and 1. Alright, well, you know he likes his points, and also the $3 is not bad. So 1, 2, 3, and another point. He's up to 21. Okay, and then he has $12. Oh, we didn't refill this one. All he needs to fill out now is spot number 12. I don't think there's anything here for spot number 12. So, yeah. With $12, he wants to get one of these points, 1. So either the 4 or the 8. The 8 gives him more points, so it's harder to roll. But who's going to pass on 4 points, right? Let's try our luck. On 8, also, he's got a bunch of stuff, so he's kind of copying the other guy's strategy. Okay, and now he can charge all of that. And if he rolls an 8, he'll get to charge both, not just one. When his opponent rolls an 8. Okay, now he goes down. Oh, another point, okay. And then for him, 2 and 1 is 3. You know he likes a 3. So he'll charge. We need to start using this. And then $3. Okay, let's roll for him. Doubles. So if he uses it as a 12, it's a passive income. If he uses that, it's 2 points. He needs to catch up on points, so he'll do that. He only has $5. Wait a minute. He used it as the sum. He could get $6, but I think he wants a point. Okay, so moving on. He has $5. There's no 5s, there's no 3s, not on $5. There's a 5 here, so he'll wait, so he's not going to spend his money. And then for him, 6 and 6, he has nothing on 12, but he can double his reward on number 6, which is $2. And then roll for him. 6 and a 4. Okay, so now we're looking at the 10, which is the $9, not bad. Or 6 and 4, which he could charge both of those. And then if he rolls here, he can get that. So that's not bad. He can also do it. So I think he's going to charge. It's $9. Well, let's see. Let's think about what card he would buy. He's got 7 now. He wants to get point cards, so he cannot afford those point cards. He can afford this one. Yeah, sure. Well, we're going to do it. I know it's less points, but he wants to charge, because I want to show you guys only charging. Although you've already seen it. So I don't know, I'm just being greedy, but okay, there he goes. And then he's going to spend the $2 to get this one. Put it on slot number 2. Oops, not there. Here. There. Calling cards. Okay. And then we refill. Put his money back. This guy has a 6 and a 4, which is a 10. Okay, there he goes. Because 6 and 4 will not give him much. So $4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a passive income. I'll take that. Okay, and now he's gonna roll. Okay, it looks like they like rolling the same. So 6 and a 4 is 10. There's his 5 points. If not, it would be a point and $1. Now he'll take 5 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now he's up to $9. So he can afford one of these. He wants the one on the 5, of course. So again, this cube comes up here. Only thing with this strategy is I'm afraid I'm going to run out of room if I keep buying cards on 5. So you actually just place it here. And then his money goes down. And he gets another card. And then for him, 6 and 4 is 10, which is $3. or 6 and 4, $2. So he'll take 3, 1, 2, 3, and use it as a 10. 4 and a 2. 4 and a 2 is a 6, which he's already got that filled up, so no need to do that. However, he could get this, which would get this, so that's not looking too bad. 4, we give him 2 and a point. So I think, yeah, he's going to use it as the sum, and he's going to spend his cube, because he can do that on any player's turn. And he's going to, instead of going to 6, he's going to go to 7. And on 7, he's going to get a point, and he's going to get to use the next card's ability because of the arrow, because that one is not going to charge. So 1, 2, 3, 4 points. That's pretty good, I think. Let me know what you think. I could also have used this charge instead of that charge. Honestly, I could have, because when you roll is to charge it, but when you're using the ability, you can use any of the charges you already have on your board. All right, so how much money he's got? He's got 9, and he's still missing a card from spot number 3, and there's one right here that he can't afford, so he'll take it. And this is one of the ones that I was telling you that it has separate slots for the cubes, so you can fill it up 3 times, but you'll need to remove 1 cube to get this ability, which is re-roll 1 or both of your dice. Okay, slot number 3 is now complete. Okay, and his money goes down to the green. We refilled already. 4 and 2 is 6, which is $1, or 4 and 2 is nothing, so he'll take $1 and he'll roll. They really do like running the same numbers, but of course it looks different on this side because now we're looking at blue. So 4 and 2 is 6. If he had an arrow pointing this way, he would use it to get that. He could also just get $6. Or he could go 4 and 2 is $2. So you know he likes his points. So he'll take a point. And he has $4. $4 only. Anything for 3? No. Any points? There's a point here on slot 4. So he'll take that. So that's only $2. But he's back to his passive income. So he's trying to focus on some, but when you can't, you can't. Okay. There he goes, and then for our friend over here, if he uses it as a 6, it's only $1, but if he uses it as 4 and 2, it's $4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then let's roll for yellow player. So with a 5, he can get $2, or if he splits it, he doesn't need to do that, and he'll get a point. He will get a point, but he won't be able to do that now. If he uses it as a 5 and then removes it, he could just charge that, which is not that great. Yeah, because that would mean he just charges it. He can't use the ability. So I think he'll take the point, and here he won't do anything, because he has to use the sum of his dice to remove that. So he's just taking the point, because he's ranking them up. He's already at 26 as opposed to a red player who's at 17. Okay, and now he has $9. No, he needs to fill out is the 12. I don't think there's any 12 yet. No, there isn't. So then he'll go for points, but he can afford that one. So let's do that. So it's at number 4, which has a cube, but the cube will remain on the other side of the card. And that's great, because now he can use the abilities here. I wish he could charge that one. Okay. And then for our red friend, oh, he's got his favorite number, 4 and 5. Okay, so he'll charge 4 and 1, 5, because 4 and 1 is not as good. He gets $3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then he's gonna roll. Doubles. Okay, so 5 and 5 will give him 4 points. I think that's a no-brainer, right? 10 will give him, oh, no, yeah. I think 5 points is better. So 5 points. I don't think he needs to use his cubes because he's right where he needs to be. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, he's up to 22 points. And then as far as money, he has $6. And there's a And, but of course he will lose his 5 points. I don't think he wants to do that. Let's see what else is there. There's a 5, and you know he likes 5s, and he can't afford that. So never mind, he's up to $6, only these guys. He doesn't want to get the 10 and lose his points. Although that's 3 points when the opponent rolls. And it's kind of part of his strategy, right? To continue to do that. So, sure. I'm running out of room here on, oh no, this is number 10. Okay, we'll see how that goes. This might not be smart. Never said I was playing smart. Just said I had a strategy and I'm sticking to it. So he goes down, we refill, and that's it, right? And then we have to figure this thing out. So 5 and 5 is $2, or he can use it as a 10 and get 3. So he can use it as a 10 and get 3. He was a 9, 1, 2, 3 is $12. All right, let's roll for a yellow player. He's got 9. He likes 9. Do we even need to look at 6 and 3? Let's see, 6 and 3, he'd be able to charge. But I think 5 points, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, getting him to 31. He's 9 away from winning. So now this card that costs $27 is kind of juicy because now I'm making him win the game. And who cares if he covers stuff up at the end of the game? So I think it might be time for us to start buying those, especially this guy who wants to catch up. He's at 22. Okay, so he bought a card. So let's see what he's going to do with that refill. I did. 6 and 3 is 9, which is nothing, or 6, and you know he likes the 3. And of course, if he uses 6 and 3, 9, and then because he used the sum, he can do this at any time now. He could go 1 over and get 3 points. I think he's going to do it. His card did pay off after all. So he'll remove, I guess, these. Yeah. And then he'll go 1 over using the sum, because it is the opponent's turn, correct? Yeah, I'm doing this right. Okay, so $4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 passive income, and 3 points. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then we're gonna roll for him. 6 and 4, which is 10, which would let him, if he uses this, he can go either to that side or to that side. It's the same result, but it might not be if if his cards were different. And then 6 and 4 is 2 points. That's what he wants, 2 points. He has $7, $7, 8, 4. Now he's got stuff for 4, so he can reinforce that, and we can continue going on to 5. He has so many of those powers, but this one will let him go 1 over or 2 over. He can also go for the slot and do 1. Does he have $8? No, he has 7, so he can't. That's too bad. This one is 8, so he can't. So it's one of these. He doesn't have anything on 9 or 8, so he'll take the 1 for the 4. And he goes down. We get his point out of the way, unfortunately. But he's doubling down here on this slot and making $2 whenever his opponent rolls a 4. And we're down on his money, very good. 6 and 4 is 10, which is $3. Or if he splits it, it's 6 and 4. He'll get to charge him with $2. Does he want to charge or does he want $3? I think he'll charge him with $2. 2. Charge. Because now he can use it whenever to go up. Okay, so he's going to roll 3 and 2, 5. So it's $2 right here, or 3 and 2 is $1 and a point. Yes, he likes his points. He has $8, still nothing for slot number 12. But with $8, he could get that instead of giving it to his opponent, so yes. And it's still making him a point, but he'll get more income, so sounds all right to him. And then he goes down, we refill, And let's see what he's gonna do with 3 and 2. You know he's gonna do that. Well, or he could do this, but he's already all charged up. So he'll get $3. 1, 2, 3. He'll get to charge. Here, because the other option is for him to move over here, but that doesn't seem fun. So now it's his turn to roll, and it's 3 and 1. So 3 and 1 would give him $4, or if he uses this as a 4, and then I believe because this is green, you can use it for the blue. You only charge it on the red. Let's double check that before I cheat. So see, on this one, these are blue. Here, the way we have it, it's on a yellow spot. You choose whether to gain a reward for the card with 2 to sectors. You must use the sum of the dice. Yeah, I think because green abilities can be gained during any turn, whether you're the active player or passive player. So I do believe that it should work. So what was I doing? Let's see, I was using this as the 3, right? Because it's his turn. And then I remove these, and then we go here, we get 2 points. All that for 2 points. Okay. And then he's got $7. With $7, he can afford this 8, which he doesn't have any on, this 11, which he doesn't have any on, this 9, which he doesn't have any on. Oh, there's a 12. And then the 6, which he does have some, so I guess we'll go with that. No, that's $8. He only has 7. So it'll be one of these. He doesn't have anything on 8, he doesn't have anything on 12, he doesn't have anything on 2, he doesn't have anything on 8, he doesn't have anything on 9. So he could wait and go up here. There's one that's on the 3, he likes the 3, there's one on the 5, he likes the 5, there's one on the 4, so he'll wait. Okay, so let's roll. Oh, let's check out what he's gonna do. He is going to 3 and 1 is 4, that's already charged. 3 and 1 is $3. If he uses the 4, it takes that off. Nope, that's not good. So, okay, so 3 and 1, $3. 1, 2, 3, and he'll roll for his turn. 5 and 2. 5 and 2 is 7. Ooh, he can get, pretty sure he's gonna do that, but let's look at 5 and 2, that's a point. Over here is 4 points. So he'll get $1, and then he'll use this one for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, he only has 1, 2, 3, 4 points to go. I think we can tell who the winner is going to be if this other player doesn't hurry up. He's got $9. He's looking for more points, but there are none. He can wait to see if he can. All he needs is $12 to win the game. So he's going to hold on to his money and make another $4, hopefully, and win that way. So, yeah. Because if he used, no, that wouldn't work. He used this. Oh, yeah, no, he can only move 1. So, yeah, it's the same. He'll still get the same because if he used the charges to use 1 over, he would be here anyways. Okay, so that's better. No charges. Okay, so let's wait a minute. It was his turn, yeah, so he's not going to buy any cards, but this guy got his favorite number, 5. You could also just get $5 using it as a 7. 5 and 2, but he can charge. No, I think he wants the $5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because he wants to try and get some of those cards up there. Because it's time to move on with points. All right, and then he's going to go. He's got an 8, so if he uses it as an 8, it's $3. If he uses it as a 5 and a 3, well, that's $3 in points. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, and 2 points. I said 2 points. Okay, and now he's got 15, so he can afford 5 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, I think he's gonna do it. He's gonna buy this one for 15. It's all his money. It goes down, and again, this one goes on slot number 3. Oh no, slot number 3. He likes slot number 3. That's okay. So no more cards can be added here, but if his opponent rolls a 3, this still triggers. And then he gets 5 points. I think so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he is, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4 points away from winning. And these don't get replenished. Once somebody buys them, that's it, they're gone. However, we know that this guy only has 4 points and he'll win. Let's see if he can make it with a 5 and a 3. 5 and a 3 is an 8. He could charge all of this, which would be great. Or 5, it's $2, and 3, he'll charge here. He's gonna go for this, because he can charge all of that, he can get double rewards. And then, let's see, he gets $2, so he can almost afford that. Yeah, and let's roll for him. Okay, 6 and 3. I believe that's his favorite number. 9, yeah, it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's it. He's the winner. We don't even need to check what he's going to do because he got to 40 points. Actually, wait, that's not true. He was the first player. So everybody needs to take the same amount of turns. Hold on, how many points did he get? He needed 4, so he got 1 more. So again, we can't go past our max. So, because he was first player, he needs to let this guy take another turn, and he's close. So, with that said, he's got 3, he got 9, he did that. Now he can buy a card. He is at 11, so he can't afford that, unfortunately. So he might as well get the one he can get, which is this one that will give him another 3 points. 1, 2, 3, and get as many points as he can before the game is done. Now, again, he lugs that up, but we're not going to have another turn, so it doesn't matter. And with him, 6 and 3 gives him nothing, but 6 and 3, it will trigger a bunch of stuff, as well as a point. So he gets $1 from over there, and then here he gets another 3, 1, 2, 3, and he gets a point, which might help him, and he gets a charge here. Okay. And he's gonna roll last time. Okay, 3 and 3. So 3 and 3 is 6, which would give him another point. Or, well, he can't use his 3s because his 3s are right now emptied out. He could, no, he doesn't have enough charges to move one over, but I think a point is still better. And how much money does he have? He has 8. He cannot afford any of those cards, so he actually did not catch up as much as he tried. So that's it, guys. That's a full run-through of Space Base. Hope you guys enjoyed it. It was a pretty tight game, even with the 2 completely different strategies. We'll give you an idea of how to play the game, and hope you enjoyed. If you did, subscribe to the channel, give us a like, and follow us on Instagram so you can keep up with the world of Meeple Village. I'll see you guys in the next video, but until then, may you play more games.